right. All right, here we go. Rocking and rolling. Let's get everybody in here. Beautiful. All right, good morning, VIPs. Great to see you here. It's another beautiful day in OFA. Mark, bringing back the sign. I love to see that. That's awesome. Little nostalgia hit for me there. That was funny, man. Yeah, so check it out, gang. It is Friday. That means we have access to Russell Brunson. That's going to be coming up. Excuse me. That's going to be coming up in just an hour from now. From 12 to 1, Russell is going to come on live, answer any expert questions, get your webinars and presentations and offers rocking and rolling. But until then, we have an hour together. So let's get into it. I see Mark here. I see Doug here. Mark had his sign up, so we know he has a question. Let's go ahead and get into it. Mark, what are we working on today, sir?
Okay, so I had some clicks on the site, and I was looking at Clarity last night.
Nice.
And so I wanted to share it with you to gain some insight since I've never really done it before. Now, I think it was only 10 people, but
Cool.
there are heat maps and dead clicks and all this stuff. And I didn't know what was happening and if there was something bad happening so I could fix it because I just started my Google Ads today and I don't want them going to the site and then not being able to do the thing, which is fine.
Right. Absolutely. Let's go check it out, Mark.
All right. So
And hey, how's my audio? Is there a lot of background noise?
a little, but not bad. It's not bad.
Okay, cool. That's actually a win because there's tons of background noise. So if you're not hearing much, we're doing good.
So I guess you just click on the funnel.
Yes?
And if you're interested, I don't know if it remembers it, but I did use some chat with the whatever that thing is, the
Copilot.
Copilot, yeah. But anyway, so here's the screen. I had 6 users, not a lot, but you can.
Cool. So yeah, from this screen right here, we can see quite a bit. You can see at the very top, let me get my little tool, walk you through it. Your sessions, you had 8 sessions, 11 bot sessions excluded. The pages per session was 1.25. So it looks like we had customers. Let me get Scott in here. So it looks to me so far, Mark, like we did have some customers click from your sales page to your order form. If they wouldn't have done that, you would have just had 1 page viewed per session. Then we have our scroll depth. That's how far down most people on average are going. And the active time spent, that's 31 seconds. Okay, cool. So great stuff so far. Then we have our unique users. If you click the camera icon right there, it'll take you into your actual screen recordings. Let's go keep looking at the dashboard though. Hit back on your browser for me, please. Nice. Okay, so now we can see rage clicks. And there's information bubbles on each thing to walk you through more what these things are, but these are great metrics for us to look for on our page. If we're seeing rage clicks, that means that somebody's going to my page and they're constantly clicking something, whether it's an image or text or a button that might not be working properly. So you have 0 rage clicks. That's great to see. If we ever see rage clicks, we're going to go find the thing that the person is constantly clicking on and then make it clickable. If it's text, you just hyperlink the text, make it clickable. If it's an image, make your image clickable. Dead clicks. Dead clicks are basically rage clicks where they're not constantly clicking. Dead clicks, you're typically going to see a number here, especially as people are on mobile. We use our fingers to swipe, and that's kind of like a touch. So you're always going to see a number in dead clicks. 25% is not a super high number. That leads me to believe normal scrolling so far. Excessive scrolling is just going crazy. And then quickbacks, I forgot what the description of that is. Click the little I, the information on quickbacks. You should just put your mouse there. Oh, yes, that's right. Quickbacks is like somebody goes to your page and then a second later they leave. That's usually from an accidental click. 1 second, sorry, I have a cough here. Oh, so much better. Okay, so this is typically if we're seeing a lot of quickbacks. That's typically like when you accidentally click an ad and you go to a page and you're like, I didn't mean to click that ad, and then you just go back and leave or close it down immediately. So if we're seeing those, it's definitely going to be some people doing that. But if we see a large quickback number, typically that's going to lead me to look right at congruence. If I'm seeing big clickbacks, that means my ad is saying one thing and has a specific feel. And when they go to the funnel, what I said on my ad is not reflected in the above the fold. And then they don't know where they are, and a confused mind says no. Cool. So pretty much our simple metrics. You have at the top, you can go right to recordings. You can also go right to your heat maps themselves. I don't know that you have enough data quite yet to really get use out of a heat map, but heat maps are amazing. And in your recordings and your heat maps, because we're using Clarity, you can use Copilot in both of them to do your AI summaries. It watches all the videos, looks through all the data for you, and gives you recommendations based on what it's seeing. But let's take a look at your recordings, Mark. I want to go to that little, just click that'll work too. Yep. Get all my drawings out of here. All right, and you can just click the recording. We can see all the recording info. This first one was 5 minutes and 37 seconds. They did not click anything, and they stayed on one page. Now we're looking at the top. I can see we're looking at a preview of your page, and we're going right to an order confirmation. So I imagine this is probably your test. Do you think so?
Probably, yes.
Probably. Let's go to the next one. 18 seconds, 0 clicks, 1 page. Nice. So they hit your page. Coming from an ad. They're just on the page. They're just looking. Just soaking in the above the fold. I can see at the bottom here in my buffer bar, there's no check marks, there's no boxes, there's no thing showing anything. So they were on the page for 18 seconds and they left. You can play next. Yep. All right. Again, I can see down in my buffer bar at the bottom, there's no real boxes or check marks. There's no indications of any actions happening. So another person clicked the ad, hit the page right here. They sat, they watched the above the fold, and then they're done. Play next. 10 seconds. They're moving around. Great. Play next. 19 seconds. Viewing on mobile. They tried to click. Nope, they were just scrolling.
What is that? See those dots? Is it a
Yeah,
reason?
so what that is, Mark, that's your phone number that you have on the page.
Yeah.
But it doesn't show numbers that are on your page. There's one little thing we do to get that to show up. I'll show you that in just a moment. And this
Okay.
is really cool too going forward in the future, because you'll be able to use these recordings and find people's information, like who are maybe filling in your order form but not clicking next. You'll be able to still see their information, then you can give them a call and see why.
Okay.
All right, this is on desktop. They use dark mode.
Okay. I was wondering. Yeah. Okay.
You can see on the left, clicks 1, pages 2, so they did click through. Your order form is showing that way just because that's where all the numbers are. It shows normal to them. So they just left the page. What do you think just happened, Mark?
I don't know.
So they just left the page. They went to your sales page. They scrolled down very quickly, but they scrolled down. This is typical what we see people doing online, buying personas right now. They scrolled pretty quickly through the sales page. They were interested. They clicked into your order form. They went and they saw the order form, and then they went and they left. So I imagine they went and they were shopping around. They probably went to Google. They typed in mattress, and they tried to see if there were other versions and models out there.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's fine. I mean, I know
Yeah.
I got to. Yeah. Okay.
No, this is great. This is great. You have only 6 people here. You got one of them to go to the order form. We're doing good so far. 2 minutes, 50 seconds on this one. You can speed it up down below for me. Where is my speed? 1x right here.
Oh. Where?
Right there.
Oh. Must be. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, you're good. You can just make it like 4x. Yeah. Okay, so they're moving all around.
Just clicking crazy.
Yep. They're clicking, they're clicking around. Yes, they are. Yeah, beautiful. So they read all around the page. They looked all around. Go to the very end of the recording, somewhere around there in your buffer bar. and hit play.
Oh, all right.
All we're doing is doing the exact same thing with their system instead of our system.
Okay, cool. And let's see, there's not a next. So, Mark, from what I've seen so far, people are reading through the page, they are looking at the copy. It seems like a lot of people are looking for price so far, as everybody typically is, right? It's just how buyers are. They'll look around all through the page, look for the price, but that's just people having their value based on price and not on the product and what it actually gives to them. So just a bigger point out of why it's so important to have our stories, why it's so important to have our marketing, why it's so important to be breaking down the product and why they need it and how they can use it and what they're going to get from it. All the things we have on this interstitial page. They're looking all around, they're reading everything. So these are all great things so far. You got, out of 6 people, you got one of them to go to your order form. So we're doing good. This is
Okay.
I'm happy with everything I'm seeing so far.
I had one other question. I noticed dashboard. What is it? See, it says contact us.
Yeah,
What are those?
I'm not fully sure. Hit the camera on that. These are smart events.
I guess it came from Google. That's where it came from.
Probably, yes. Go to the very top of this. Let me see. That one unique user. Click the video icon. Let's see what happened. Left. Click that.
Oh,
Yeah, this was that person we saw on mobile. So they probably did come from Google there, Mark. Yep.
okay. So you were going to show me how to. Is there something wrong with this?
No, there's nothing wrong with it. We can just take it to the next level. Okay. So let's exit top left.
Just out.
Yes. And one more time. One more time. Oh, sorry. Go down to your smart events right here and just put your mouse on that eye, the information. Oh, right. Okay, so these are just basically events that you can make all on your own. That's really cool. What you want to do, Mark, is use the funnels right there. You want to just make your funnel in this project, because in Clarity you make different projects. So in this project, you want to make your funnel, your mattress funnel. Let's make it together really quick. Click New Funnel. Right, interesting. Okay, so click over the 1 on the right-hand side, your funnel steps. Okay, cool. Go to your page visits at the top. Yes, and is that your order form page, or is that your sales page, your first one?
I think that's my sales page.
I do too. Click the plus, that'll add it to the first step. Great. And then you can add a step name right there. Yeah, I'd probably name it sales page. Nice. There you go. Not quite yet. We have number 2. And now we want to have our order form. I believe it's that one. Correct. Nice. Name this order. Great. I'm not sure what preview is. Keep going.
So confirm.
Right, upsell 103. Let's go back to your ClickFunnels account, Mark. Okay, and go to your first upsell page. Yes. You can just copy that URL right there. Yep, to the right of the URL now. Actually, you can close this down. I'll show you how to grab these. Yep. Okay, to the right of the URL is 2 pages. That's right. Go ahead and click on that. That'll copy the URL of that page back to Clarity.
Dante, can I ask a question relative to this?
Yes, Scott.
How does the funnel being created within Clarity differ from the funnel you did in ClickFunnels?
Great question. What we're basically, Scott, just having to tell Clarity what steps are in the funnel, what steps we want to allocate as our actual funnel steps. Like you can see on the left-hand side, it sees tons of different page visits and it sees all the pages, but it doesn't know what order they're in to create the actual funnel. So that's all that we're doing here. We're telling Clarity what order and what steps and what URLs customers are going to make the funnel, to make the whole step-by-step process. Nice. Okay, yeah, Mark, right there, paste in your URL. Beautiful. And there, yep, an ad.
And then
Now, let's name step 3. This will probably be OTO1, or you have multiple upsells. So which upsell is this? Because you have a conditional split, right? So is this for like one warranty right now?
One warranty.
So I would probably name it OTO1 warranty.
So this is pulling pieces from ClickFunnels?
Kind of. That's such a loaded question because we have our URLs inside of our funnel, and we created these URLs only because we created these funnel steps. So technically speaking, how do I answer this simply? Yes. So what we do is we take the Clarity tracking code and we put it in our main funnel settings. Clarity is now tracking all the steps in my funnel. It'll have user recordings on all my steps, but it's just tracking the recordings. It doesn't know what order all of my steps are in. That actually creates my funnel process. That's what we're doing here. We're showing it URL by URL, the exact path that we're taking people down. Does that make a little more sense, Scott?
Not exactly. I'm trying to understand when you're creating this, obviously within Clarity, how does it differ from what we create within ClickFunnels editor itself?
Well, great question. Inside the editor, we're creating the actual page that customers are going to interact with. We're creating the design. We're putting down the copy. We're putting our products into it and the functionality. We're like actually creating the page. Clarity never creates any pages. It's just tracking interactions with our pages itself. So you create your pages, you create your funnel, your step-by-step process. You create that in ClickFunnels, and now we're just telling Clarity what steps come first, second, third, fourth, fifth. If we don't do that, it still tracks all of our page views, and I can still get all of my recordings. It just can't really make any sense of it because it doesn't know what steps all the funnels are in. It's just tracking all the activity on the pages. So we're basically just telling Clarity what step-by-step process our funnel is.
So you're saying we're going to get more detailed analytics by doing it this way?
Yes, because once we set up the actual funnel this way, then we can go in. I'm going to have to find the setting, but then we can go in and we can find a special setting that says show all activity details when somebody lands on the page. And then we can make it where like Mark's phone number is going to show up in the top right, as his order form will show normally. He'll keep that data on the recordings themselves. If we don't set this up, we can't change the settings, so we can just record the entire screen.
I understand. So it's giving you more detailed breakdown.
Yeah, it's giving Clarity a more detailed breakdown. Yes.
Got it.
Nice. Absolutely. Great question here. Okay, OTO1.
I don't know if you wanted me to, but I went in ahead and did OTO 2 and 3.
You did perfect with that. I was watching. And now we just want to add our confirmation. So let's just go back to your account, or if you can find the URL there, that's fine.
It was here. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
Just go to your funnel and grab it. It'll be so much easier.
Right here.
Oh, hold on, what's that? Yeah, what's that upsell? That's another one after your warranties. So let's grab that path. Yep.
I believe that's the mattress cover.
Nice, great. Gonna keep that in Clarity. Bingo. And
That also an
name it.
OTO.
Yep, that's OTO.
So like after 5 p.m. Eastern, it could be intercom show.
Mm-hmm.
Before 5 p.m. Eastern, it could be like Jeff.
We actually hit next there. That's okay. We can edit. Let's copy the URL of your confirmation page. Lovely. Back to clarity. You can just go ahead and name this. Oh, hit back. You can already hit back right there. Yes. Let's type in, go to page visit at the top.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
You got it. URL. Add. Name it. Now we can hit next. Let's name this funnel Mattress Mark, or anything you'd like to. You might want to make it Mattress Mark Copper Gel.
Cool. Right.
Yep, amazing. So good.
And that's going to do so the phone number wasn't broken or something. It's just not showing the numbers. And
That's exactly right. It's just not showing them.
all right.
So
So,
let me see if I can find this real quick.
Let's make it just that.
2 seconds here.
so now when I get a recording, do I go to this or does it just capture it on that other page?
Well, now as you go here, you're going to be able to see in that little funnels tab, you're going to be able to see the funnel itself. And then you can go watch recordings, a recording breakdown page by page by page. Instead of just having to go see, like, for instance, right now, Mark, and this is all good things. At this point, this is exactly the stage you're in. Right now, all of your recordings are for the order form. But in the future, as people start moving through the funnel, making orders, going to your OTOs, you might want to just watch recordings for OTO2, your mattress cover. Now that you made the funnel, you can go visit only recordings that are on that page itself, instead of having to watch all the recordings and see who went to 5 pages. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Bingo, baby. Love that. Okay, let me see if my AI thought about it. Okay, recordings, manage columns. So here we go, Mark. Yes, go to your dashboard. Actually, go to your settings at the top middle. That should do it. It was just to the right of that. Top middle. And settings.
Oh, settings.
Just to the right. Yep, all good. It's probably super hard to hear me anyway.
Clicking it, nothing's happening.
Okay, click dashboard. Okay, cool. So we were there then. Let's go to, let me get my directions here. We're going to go to recordings and then manage columns. Okay, so go to recordings. Yep. All right, and then manage columns is going to be, get my stuff out of the way here. Where are you? Where are you? Click more details. You're right there, just to your left. Yep. Fine, fine. Okay, that's all fine. I need to get to. Oh, go back to your settings there. Let me check that. That was right. Now my screen is set up. Settings. And we're going to go to, do we have it there? No, we do not. Come on, where is it? Where is it? Okay, Mark, I'm just not finding it. I have a whole recording where Trey set this up. So after this, I'll go find it. But if you go Google this, you will find directions on exactly how to set it up. I'm just not finding it. You can go to Google and you basically say, How do I make my Microsoft Clarity record customer information like name and phone number in my recordings?
Oh, really? It'll record so I can capture their name and phone number?
Yes. So if somebody goes to your order form and they fill out step 1 and they hit submit, you will receive that information. That's the beauty of a 2-step order form, right? When they fill out step 1, it's actually an opt-in, so you get the abandoned cart information. You can send abandoned cart emails. But what if somebody autofills their information and they don't click the button on step 1 to go through? You would not receive their information. But when you turn this setting on, it will show in your Clarity recording. This is really, really, really useful in the beginning stages when you're still trying to build your list, when you're still trying to get customer data. Now you have it on there and you can call that person and say, hey, I just noticed you were interested in the mattress and I'm just wondering, was there any questions that you had? I noticed you didn't buy and I'm not here to make you buy today. I just want to make sure I'm answering all the questions and doing the best job I can to provide the best mattress to all of my people in Mobile. So was there any big concerns or was there any reasons you'd like to share today? That's it. Right now we're calling those people. We do that for a month and we're learning quick.
Would Copilot tell me?
I think you could go to Copilot, yes, and I think you can have it show you only people that filled in the order form but didn't actually click the button. I do believe you can.
All right. Well, anyway, I have one more. I know we talked about this, but I just can't remember what. I got so much in my head. Do you remember? Let me just show you. It'd be easy if I show you. So here we go. So remember, this shows up when you go to my homepage.
Yes.
I know it shouldn't go here. Should it go anywhere? Should it go to my sales page, or where should it go?
It should go to your sales page, Mark, 100%.
Okay.
So again, this is a redirect. It's in your domain. Wherever you bought mattressmark.store, there's a redirect set up that's putting it here. You want to put the redirect to go to your funnel URL. So now people are actually getting there. And when you build a website in the future, or a funnel hub as we like to call it here, so when you build that, you can have that URL go to your funnel hub if you would like to. But for now, you don't have it. So push it right to your funnel.
Okay, I knew I wasn't supposed to be here, but I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? So great, I can do that. That's no problem. Hey,
nice.
Oh, hold on.
You are awesome, Mark.
All right, I'm gonna hang on, and Russell's coming on at noon.
Yep,
whatever.
Russell's coming on at 12.
All right, thank you.
You got it, man. All right, Doug's next and has a question. Nancy, great to have you here. If you have a question, please just raise your hand. I'll be happy to help. Doug, how can I help you today?
Dante, same old thing. I had a question before I forget what we were just talking about, Mark. You know, what was that? If they don't enter about their capturing their phone number and name and stuff like that, if they don't put it in, it's in like you can still find it and call them. You're saying?
Yes, this is what Clarity enables this for us. So Clarity is your screen recording software, right? Anything people do on the page, it records that in a video. Except normally Clarity is set up to blur out any names or any customer information, any numbers, anything like that. It's going to blur that out. But we can change those Clarity settings so it does not blur them out. So as people are going to your funnel and typing things in on your order form, like I was saying with Mark, let's say somebody goes to step 1 of your order form, they autofill all their information, but they just don't click the next button for whatever reason, right? Their kid throws spaghetti in the ceiling fan and ruins their brand new living room furniture they just got. They get in an accident, right? They tripped, they dropped their phone in the toilet. There's a bazillion reasons why they might not have clicked that button.
Right.
So before, if you didn't have Clarity set up and tweak that setting, then you just wouldn't get that information. Not a big deal down the line. You'd never worry about it. But starting out, we want all data we possibly can.
Okay, I get that, but my question, my concern on that would be, you say go ahead and call them. I'm just like forward thinking. So would that not be off-putting if somebody or that all of a sudden they get a phone call from somebody and they did maybe the spaghetti didn't hit the ceiling fan. Maybe they just decide I decided to change my mind. I don't want that or whatever. Okay, and then somehow you call them and they're because I've gotten calls like that before, when I've called and hung up on somebody, hung up or quit doing what I was doing, and I get a call back and I'm like, I'm not taking this call. Why are they calling me? My initial reaction was like invasion of privacy. I'm just saying, so
Yeah.
or would they assume that I mean, does the average person think that I mean, I don't want to overthink it, but like, I don't want to alienate customers or potential customers either, on that little nuance type of thing. Or they say, oh, I know I filled in my information, but I got distracted because, the dog ran out the front door or whatever. So that's cool.
This all just comes down to your ability to be a good salesman, Doug. Like, how many people have the same mindset as you and they don't like being cold and they don't like being spammed? But when the right salesman gets on the phone that knows how to
Yeah.
actually have the conversation and steer it in the right direction, well, next thing you know, that guy that hates cold callers, he just bought a roof on a cell phone. Right? This happens all the time.
Yeah.
So it's just how we position it. I could easily see calling somebody and them saying, well, how'd you get my information? How did you do this? And I could say, oh, well, I have a bunch of stuff set up on my website so I can see everything that you do. I could say that, or I
Right.
could say, I'm unbelievably committed to making sure Mobile, Alabama has the best sleep in the United States, and I don't want any one of our residents to ever not have questions answered or resources that they need. I firmly believe that sleep is the most important part of our lives, and it's the thing that we care about the least. So I'm just unbelievably committed to making sure that everybody gets what they can, and I'm doing everything I can to look through as much data as I can so I can have these conversations and hear from you what you need. Well, then, okay, well,
Okay.
great. Now the guy just positioned it all about me. There will be some people that still say, oh, I don't care about you, Mattress Mark, and they hang up. Sure, but who cares? Because there will also be some
Yeah.
people that say, this is amazing. I've been looking for this. I've needed this for years. And they're going to give me a treasure trove of information.
Okay, sure, sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm really fun talking with people, I mean, I've got a brick and mortar, customers come in, that's kind of my strength. I like talking to people. So,
Yep.
I don't think it's an issue. Like you said, it's just framing it and getting over your initial hesitation to call people. And my thought on that was just like, well, our system automatically captures your information and, I'm just following through with, you know, basically what you said, the system captures the information. Maybe you shouldn't even say that, but anyways,
I wouldn't even
that's
say
neither
that.
here nor there.
I said I go through great lengths. That's all.
Okay,
I go through great lengths
yeah,
to make sure I'm
I go through
serving my community to the best of my abilities. That
okay, okay. I
infers
just think,
that my system is set up to
yeah,
collect data and track everything, right? But I'm not
right,
actually
right, right.
saying it, and I'm repositioning it. I'm reframing their mindset. So I'm not doing this to
Yeah,
spy on you. I'm doing this to
I
help
go
you.
through great lengths. Okay, that's a good intro. And
Yep.
just interesting. You picked out. Well, how did you pick out Mobile, Alabama out of your example? I went to graduate. I got my graduate school degree out of Mobile.
Oh, well, if I'm not mistaken, that's where Mark lives.
That's right. I live in Mobile.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Uh, I went to graduate school in Daphne or Daphne.
Yeah, definitely. I'm in Fairhope.
Oh, I have to look that up. Yeah, well, we'll talk about that another time. That's interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
All
Fairhope's
worlds.
like five
No,
minutes from Daphne. Yeah.
all right. That okay. We'll have to talk about that. Okay, Dante, back on my funnel here. Same old thing. You know, I've got two dupes of this, or
Yep.
clones, and I'm getting confused what I'm doing, which one's which. But same thing here. Now I come down here and I have two desktop onlys, and I don't know how this gets blank like this. I could probably,
You just have
well,
to
first
add the
first of all,
image.
yeah, add the image, and then also down here I got two desktop. Okay, so I can just go in this really quick.
Yep.
Um, I don't know how that got out of there, but just trying to do something here, and then I can go here, add the image back.
Yep.
Um, I think it's this guy here. Oh, it got to be really huge, but that's a sizing issue. I don't know.
Yep. That's just
Image width. I
resizing
can,
the image. And that works
yeah, right
beautifully. You
there.
don't even have to. Yep. Nice.
Okay. Because I'm making them 600 by 600, but sometimes they don't render that way. Okay, so I got that. Is this layout looking right? Paragraph, desktop?
Yes.
Because I remember the image, how it lays vertically, reading left to right. That's why we're getting text on top of each other.
Yep.
Desktop, desktop. And then I got two of these somehow. I can just get rid of one of those.
Probably, but let's see. Maybe you forgot to make one mobile. Take me over to your mobile view.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think they're. Oh, and then before I forget, I got a question on this text that I enlarged here. It's not
Okay.
showing on like mobile.
Let's see.
See, it
I don't
was
see.
the
I don't see a
and then
yellow
and then
bottle
this.
view.
Yeah, there's no yellow bottles down here.
So you just made both of them desktop. You forgot to make one mobile. Let's go back to your desktop view.
Yep, yep, yep. Um,
Let's go to your bottom bag and go to that
yep,
row
yep.
settings.
Well, the row settings, right?
And one thing you can actually do, Doug, when you highlight the row itself, you can just click the blue right side here. Like, yes. Well, that was delete. Click your undo button.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
It's okay. It's right back. Okay, you can just highlight the row and then like right there on the right hand side, just move your mouse down a little bit, like right there.
Oh, here? Oh,
Yeah, and
okay.
just click right there.
Oh, I see. When you highlight, just drop it down, keep it in the box. Because when you move across that bar, it's when I lose it a lot.
Well, you're losing it because of your element right here. The orange is overlapping, but just click right there for me right now.
Okay. All right.
Now you can see at the very top left, it's your row. So if you click the row, it'll open up the row settings. We want to make this one mobile only at the very bottom. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Bingo. Nice. Now you're rocking. What else, Doug?
Um,
You had questions
okay.
about text, right? So let's go back to your desktop version. Lovely.
So this, I made this extra large, all this text here. Okay.
Yep.
Um, but if you actually go to the, it does, it's not showing. Is this just going to be the size it's going to show here? Because it's on mobile, it's just going to be sized to what it's going to default to going down.
Correct. Your mobile size is going to be a little bit smaller. You just want to increase the text size. So go to your element settings, like for that text. Yep. Go to
Yeah,
your
yeah.
uh-huh. And oh, nice. So that's on medium. You said you wanted extra large, I think. So just go to XL. Let's see, or large. Start there. Yeah.
All right.
That looks just
I
like
got,
your other one. Let's go to your text at the very top of the page, Doug. The first text looked really good. I think it was by the paddle. Yeah, click on that text settings for me. Just click anywhere on your funnel to get out of your settings on the right. Nice. Element settings.
yeah, that's large.
And that's just large. So play with it, Doug. Figure out the sizing that you like the most, and either large or extra large, whichever one, and then make them congruent across the board.
Sure, of course. And why are these elements showing up in the inside here?
That's just you. You're in the editor right now. So if you want to add an element, you need your add element button. That's why you're seeing that. Customers will not see that.
I'm just saying, I don't see that add element in all these pictures here. It just shows up from time to time in different in different rows.
Yes, I'm not exactly sure why that's
It's
showing
there.
up like that.
Okay. Long as it's not broken, I don't want to fix it. But like it's there, and then I thought, well, try to delete it. You can't delete it. I did that once, and it messed things up. But everything
Correct.
else is here.
It's
And
not
and
breaking
then
anything. Customers won't even know it's there.
what's going on? What's going on here with these double boxes, mobile onlys here?
You made your image as well as the row. So let me label this out. You made the image itself as well as the row itself. You made them both mobile only. That's all.
Yeah. And that works in this case.
That's totally fine. Absolutely.
All right. All right. Okay. I think that's it.
I do too. Just a little cleanup and you're there.
All right, man. Thank you.
Awesome. You got it, Doug. Great stuff. All right. Let's roll over to bingo. There she is, Nancy. How are we today, Nancy? How can I help? Nancy's like, well, I took my hand down because I'm right in the middle of changing the world, Dante. Now you're going to call me up to the front of stage? We'll give Nancy a couple moments. Hey, Nancy, if you are changing the world right now, if you're on a call, if you're doing some business, feel free to stay there doing that. I'll be happy to talk to you whenever it works for you. But if you're available, feel free. You can also unmute. All right. Let's get our chat going here. Good to see you guys hanging out in the stream with me. Always great to see you here. Feel free to check in the stream. Let me know where you guys are watching from today and who's watching. I always love to know who's here, who's watching. Even though you're not in the VIP, I'm still a big part of your lives, or I want to be a big part of your lives at least. All right, and it looks like Nancy might be doing big things for some big people. So are there any other questions, gang? Oh, look at this. Scott just had a question. Scott, that's a great question. Let's talk about it. What's your community going to be about? What's your niche?
I service the dentists. We had talked about this another time.
That's right. That's right. Yes. So, school is a fantastic community platform. I got to give it up to them. They're doing a great job with communities. They're getting awesome interaction. It's crazy, Scott. Nowadays, if you go to Facebook, like if you do dentistry, I'm sure you know Anissa Holmes. Anissa Holmes is one of the highest regarded funnel hackers. She's a great entrepreneur. She only deals with dentists. So if you were to go to like Facebook pages right now, there's tons of Facebook communities specifically for dentists, and go look at those pages and watch the interaction. It is so common to find a Facebook group or a Facebook community that has 100,000 members in it, 250,000 members in it, 500,000 members in it, and when they put up a post, it'll get 3 likes, 1 comment. The reach just is not there on Facebook. There's so many distractions. It's so hard to get people's attention now because Facebook is so saturated. School is doing amazing with their communities. They have awesome reach. They created a mobile app, which means that now you get push notifications. I think you've heard me talk about this quite a bit recently, Scott, of if there's one thing to be infatuated with in 2025, that one thing is, how do I get in their pocket? How do I get in their pocket? How do I get push notifications to go across that little screen that they're looking at all day? Nobody looks at their emails. SMS is still doing all right, but push notifications are everything. So School Communities gives people an app, and because they give an app like that, they can go in there and you can have push notifications. So as you're posting, people are seeing it, they're going there. I think one of the big reasons too why School is really taking off is it's kind of a disconnected social network, where it's not like a Facebook, where it's like Facebook allows you to basically make your personal brand, where now you are Scott and it's tied back to you and your family and all your friends are there, where School is not that way. When people go into School, I think it's very much why they like TikTok, and TikTok is blowing up. There's a little bit of anonymity to it there. It's almost a little bit like the Wild Wild West, where I can go and I can just speak freely without worrying about an employer finding it or somebody else finding it. So it's a huge reason for TikTok and School as well. People can go join the groups, be a part of the places and spaces that they want to be a part of, and just go be themselves without worrying about any political or any cultural blowback, because it's not tied to Facebook. It's not tied to their social profiles. It's a nice, safe place for them to be and just talk about things that they're really interested in.
That makes sense to me. I understand that. A secondary issue, which since we have a little bit of open time here, I just want to mention, I'm running into a strange wrinkle with Facebook. And the wrinkle is they sent out an email saying that we had violated certain policies that they put in place. And here's and it's funny, I couldn't understand what the letter was. So I took your advice and I ran it through ChatGPT. And I
Nice,
said,
Scott.
I copied the whole letter and I said to it, can you explain this to me in simple language? It was great. It explained the whole thing and
Yep.
fantastic. So, and what it said was that apparently Facebook is sensitive to personal data that's coming from healthcare websites. So when I put their pixel on our website and I was feeding now data back to Facebook, they were saying that it was against their policy because on the website we were setting up a calendar for free video consults.
Right. And then it was
I
saying
can't,
basically you're sharing data. You're sharing medical data.
correct, correct. So I wasn't quite sure how to get around this now, other than removing the pixel from our website, because I don't want to take off the calendar. That calendar is a great lead magnet for us. People that happen to drop onto the website, and see that they can get a free video consult, find it attractive.
Yes, 100%.
By the way, you have no video.
Yes, I just had somebody working behind
Okay.
me for a second. So you're right, very smart. You could remove the pixel. I don't recommend that because now we're not training the pixel, and that pixel is a tool for a marketer. It really, truly is. What I would do, Scott, is I would just put another lead magnet in front of the call. So that would be like a checklist, a free self audit. Maybe you want to make a free micro course for dentist professionals. Like what I would do, Scott, is I would put a lead magnet in front of the consultation. That way you can run ads just to the lead magnet itself, and then through your own internal emails and SMS and marketing, then you can offer the consultation on the back end.
I see. So you're saying remove it from the website page and offer it on the back end after you pull them in with the alternative lead magnet.
Yes. You
Okay.
could also put on the website, you could remove the calendar from the page itself, and you can put. Okay, so what you could do, Scott, because if you have a lead process that's working, you're like, oh my gosh, so now I have to stop the ads and I have to come up with a new thing and a new ad, and I hear you loud and clear on that. So what you could do is you could remove the calendar and the action from the page itself, and you could put text on that page that says, due to recent Facebook changes and privacy protections, our calendar is private now. To receive a free custom consultation, please email and then put your email there. They'll email you, you email them the calendar. And now we don't have to stop the system. It's a little more work, it's less automated for you, but we can still do the thing right away.
I understand what you're advising. The issue is there is no calendar set up on that page. All it is a link to a third party that handles the calendar. We're going through Calendly. So when they click on the link, it sends them to Calendly that actually does the data intake. But apparently somehow the Pixel is picking up that there's a data stream going on.
Yes, because it's picking up the button click in the URL track. Yes. Sorry. Let me mute this for today. So yeah, Scott, they're tracking the click and where they're going to, and they're seeing it's a calendar where data is being shared. I would put on your page right there where you have that button. I would just put your email instead, static email. Please email for your special link.
Got it. Okay,
Yep.
I can do that.
Smallest change, biggest result. Great
Thank
stuff.
you.
Nancy, great to see you back. How can I help you today?
Hi, hi.
Hey, hey.
How's it going?
Awesome.
I disappeared for a bit. I had a family emergency. Mom was in the hospital for a bit. She's home now, but I literally like left from the last the last Zoom. straight to the hospital, and I've been, but thank God for, entrepreneurship, because you can put family first and put things on hold for a while. So
100%. Freedom is nice. Really sorry to hear about that, but glad she's back.
thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Um, I know we don't have much time, so I'll just ask like
No,
hopefully
no,
an
please feel free.
easy question.
Yeah.
I was wondering, is it possible to hide or display content based on user tags?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
We have custom rendering, Nancy. 100%.
I was
Um,
trying to figure that out, and I couldn't find any documentation. I couldn't quite figure it out. So yay.
okay, let's share your screen with me. Let's go to your account.
Okay. I love geeking out on this stuff.
Okay, let's go to your row settings. Let's just go to any row settings just to show.
Row settings.
I think we can do it from the elements itself as well. So let's go to any element settings.
Okay.
Yes,
Oops.
perfect.
I think I just cloned that. That's all
We
right.
did. Okay, nice. Now at the top, go to advanced. Yes.
Yeah.
Now we have logic, top right.
Yes. Okay.
And it's,
I couldn't quite figure this all out.
yes, there it is. So now we can have rendering logics. So this will only render if people meet this condition. If not, they see the other stuff.
Okay.
We can also do it with custom attributes,
So-
but for you, you're looking for this, the rendering.
Okay. I want to know about the custom attributes too at some point. So I
We
clicked on
definitely
it,
can.
and then it just said visit closest condition settings. That's where I got stuck. I was like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, click that. Click
Okay.
the condition settings.
Okay.
And then so basically, this is what we just need to go learn. I'm going to send you a help doc on condition settings.
Okay.
Once you just set up the conditions themselves, and then it's just if then. As you can see on the left hand side, it's if this thing happens, then do this. Simple if then rules.
Yeah. So am I putting the condition in here? Is that what it is? If so and so equals
You have
true?
to make the actual condition first is how it works. And
Okay.
that's what you need to learn in the doc. And once you make the condition, then you add it right there. Yep.
Okay. And then this is deleting it?
Yes.
Okay. And then what was the other thing that you said I could do?
You could do that based off custom attributes. So
Okay.
like custom attributes being, let's say you're a service provider and you have a survey that people fill in on the front end. Based on their custom attributes that you assign into the survey, you can show and display certain things based on that. So I need
Like variables?
That's right. I need my lawn cut. So your lawn is this big. It's just taking the custom attributes they already filled in and then displaying based on that.
Is it displaying the what they put, or is it like, well, if
Yes,
they said
it'll
this, then let me show them this type of content?
It'll display what they put.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Very cool. I love that. Awesome. We probably don't have time.
We still have some time. It's okay.
We do? Okay. I don't know. I was thinking top of the hour. We have to close
Well,
up.
Russell's coming at 12, but he's not here yet, so we got
Okay.
time. Let's do it.
Okay. I have something I want to tell Russell too. It's kind of nerdy, but okay. What did I want to? Okay, so can the whole page be redirected if somebody's not like this is like the third or fourth page in the funnel. So
Mhm.
if they're not registered for this event, can I bump them back to the registration page somehow?
Yes, I believe so. That would just be rendering based on tags, I believe is what it would be. And if they don't have the right tag, then it would redirect them. Yes, I believe so.
Like that would be the whole entire page?
I'm sorry, say again.
So that would be something that do I put that on a specific area of the page, or do I put that like in the page settings somehow?
Yeah, you would put everything in a section, and then you would make that section itself have the conditional logic on it.
So like here, and then it would,
That's your row. That's actually the row
oh,
itself. You would use the green section because everything is inside your
oh,
green
okay,
section. That's right.
okay.
That's right. Yes.
And so it would be like, if person is registered, otherwise redirect to registration page kind of thing.
Yes, exactly, Nancy.
Okay.
We can also do this inside the funnel settings. We have conditional steps inside the funnel. So we can have before this page, you can take them to a conditional step that checks, do they have this tag? If yes, send them to this page. If no, like look at you, you set up a condition already. That's that little split we see halfway through the funnel. So that's how I would tell you to really set that up.
So I can, even if they're directly accessing the URL?
Oh,
I think, okay, so just to
I
give
see.
just
I
to give you
see.
an
It's a
idea in
challenge
mind.
page. Okay, so do you want to? Okay, so do you want to show certain things to general admission and certain things to VIPs?
That's one thing, but the other thing I was thinking of was if I'm gonna do this month after month, I don't wanna allow people who attended in the previous months to be able to just come back to this page whenever. So I'm just trying to figure out how do I kick them off or encourage them to go re-register, or I mean it's probably I'm overthinking it as usual.
No, you're not. You're being very smart about it. That is going to be conditional split step. Sorry, that is going to be rendering. I think that's going to come down to conditional split steps.
Okay.
But then but I see you're running a challenge and you're running it into direct. You're running them directly to the page. This is a really great question. This is a really cool question. I think I'd have you get with our support team on this one, Nancy, just to see the exact best way to set this up.
Okay.
There's a couple different options we could have, but just let them know exactly what you told me. I'm going to be running monthly challenges over and over and over again. What's the best way? They'll run you through all that.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Nice.
Thanks, Dante.
It looks like we still have a little time. I don't see Russell yet. Do you have any other questions?
I think I see Mark wants to ask you something. Oh, there's Russell.
Okay. I'll tell you in a minute. I just got my first phone call. That's all.
Oh, you mean you're calling your customer?
Yeah.
Nice, Mark. Great stuff, man. I love that.
Awesome.
All
Thank you so
right,
much.
yes.
I see Russell's on, so
I do too. The man himself.
Can
Thank you so
I
much.
say one thing before?
Oh yeah, you said you wanted to say something to Russell. So Russell, great to see you, man. Welcome to OFA. It's great to have you.
Hey Russell, I'm Nancy. I messaged you a while and I know that your inboxes are flooded, but I came up with this really cool idea. Okay, what if you were to call your students, like we're all your students, right? So what if you were to call your students Russell Sprouts? You saw it. Did you see my message?
Yeah, I saw it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Maybe we'll make t-shirts.
Awesome. I'll design them because that's what I do. Awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. Now we've got a new the Russell Sprouts.
Yeah, now we have a whole new project we get to get after. Man, well, Russell, great to see you. It's been so long. I missed you like crazy.
I know. It's like a party back in your office. I'm jealous.
It is. We're actually doing a little, what do they call it? I think they call it Executive Week here in the Canton office.
They didn't invite me, so they just invite the adults. None of
You're too funny, man. Too funny. So yeah, it's a little loud. I'm gonna try and keep myself muted as much as I possibly can, so you can do the work and I'm not super distracting. But gang, it's Friday with Russell. We get to ask him any questions we have about our webinar funnel, our presentations, our slides, our positioning, our hook story offer, our big domino, the internal, the external beliefs, anything about your webinar funnels. Maybe it's the ads. Maybe you've gotten your funnel finished. You have your presentation ready. But what's the best way for me to disseminate my marketing now and get in front of the right people? Whatever questions you have, we can get into it with Russell. So if you have a question you'd like to ask Russell, all you need to do is raise your hand. Inside Zoom at the very bottom, you're going to see a little heart that says react. If you click that heart, a pop-up shows up and it'll actually say raise hand. So we have an hour, gang. Anybody who has any questions whatsoever about the expert track of the challenge, go ahead and raise your hand. Let's get into it.
And if there's no questions, that's good too. I can go take a nap.
Yeah, right? Especially after this week.
Yeah. No doubt.
Hey, if you guys don't have questions, that can definitely be a thing. Happens once in a blue moon. But I do want to encourage you to ask your questions. It is a rare opportunity we get to hang out with Russell, and I haven't harped on this enough, but Russell's not here because he wants to be, gang. I get to have conversations with him every single week. Russell is here he's not here because he has to be. Russell's here because he wants to be. So, hey, if we don't have questions, I can give Russell a little bit of time back today, and he can certainly use it, believe you me. But I do want to encourage you, if you have a question, even if you're feeling nervous, we as humans do this thing all the time, right? We love to compare. And comparison, as we know, is a thief of joy. Oh, my question's not that big. Russell's this guy, and I'm just starting out. This is my first time doing it, so my question won't fit the criteria or won't meet the bill. That's just not a thing here in OFA. We want everybody to get all their questions answered 100% of the time. So, beautiful. Mark, is that hand up for Russell?
Yes.
All right, nice. Mark, how can we help?
So, sorry, doing too many things. Hey, Russell. So, my question is, now I sell a physical product, but since you're here, I figure I ask, at what point, so I sell mattresses and my brand is Mattress Mart.
Mhm.
My question is, at what point should I try to, or ever should I even bother trying to build a community or go in that direction as far as, offering sleep health tips and things like that?
Cool. What's unique about your mattresses, or what's the, yeah, tell me more about the business.
So it's I sell a copper infused cooling mattress. It's about 60% off what you would normally pay on local retail or online. And right now anyway, I'm just very regional because if I have to process returns, I can't be driving to New York City. I'm down along the Gulf Coast in Mobile. So it's right along the Gulf Coast that I'm focusing my advertising and my social media and that sort of thing.
Okay. Um, is it like I don't know about the coil, the copper, you say copper coil?
No, it's just a copper infused. It helps with cooling and a cool sleep.
It's like a Tommy Copper sleeve on a mattress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I mean, that's a good question. In the past, I probably would have said no, but like nowadays, like for example, I have a sleep aid on my bed, which cools your bed down, sort of stuff like that. And that's kind of like they market like to the biohacking world. People try to optimize their sleep, and like that's kind of the big pitch. And I don't know if they have a community specifically, but I do know that like they have like a cult following. That's how I found out about it, 'cause people are always talking about it, stuff like that. And so you definitely can build it as long as it's coming back to like there's the common thread between it all, right? Like if you're trying to build a community, it's like what's the common thread? Like what's the common enemy? What's the common goal? And things like that, right? So like with Sleep 8, at least me as a customer, I've seen the reason why I ended up buying one of those was because of that. It's like if you're struggling with sleep and you want to track your sleep scores, you want to increase your sleep, you want to get deeper sleep, and you want to, have more energy, have more. So it's like they're selling health, right? They're selling biohacking, they're selling this segment of the market that's interested in that. And they're plugging their product in. And so because of that, like it gives you the ability. So like they're casting stones against, other beds and things like that. I've seen it also, there's a company that they sell really, 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 really expensive natural, like, I don't know, their beds like, but their common enemy is like other mattresses where they've got plastics in them and and all these kind of things, and they fight against that. So this common enemy, and so they have the opposite. Their beds are like 10 times more expensive than a normal bed, but it's like it's worth it because you don't want to sleep on the stuff that's gonna, destroy your life. You want the good stuff. So I think you can do it. It's just looking through that lens of like, what's the who's the common enemy? What's the thread that's common? Like, what's the sub market inside of what you're trying to do that really would target those people? You know what I mean? If you can find that, then you can create something like that for sure.
Okay. Well, let me ask you, I was doing really good last week. I was posting on social media, but TikTok, Instagram, it was just, but anyway, and I was giving some sleep tips, I'd ask AI and I'd go on and so forth. Do you recommend keep doing that or, I mean, do you think that'll bear fruit or?
Um, so it's the law of the harvest, right? All things, if you plant seeds long enough, it'll bear fruit. So the
Okay.
question is, did you get initial traction from it at all?
Well, I not some, but again, I'm just focusing very regional, and some friends and so forth commented and that sort of thing, and so
Yeah. I mean, it's the beginning of it. When I launched my podcast the first time, I think I did like 40 episodes before anyone ever listened to it. So, but it's part of it getting it out there and consistency, right? Like the world like looks at consistency as like the validator if something's real or not, right? And so the people who are willing to consistently do something over time, those things are things that rise to the top. And
okay,
people also like people that are a little crazy and fanatical. So like if you're like sleep tips, but like why are you so excited? Like what's your story? Like why are you geeking out about this? Like so I would take the chat GPT stuff, but weave in like more and more of your story because that's what's going to make it interesting.
okay,
I look at like just again, I study the markets of all the people that are fanatical because I love that. And usually like for example, if you ever like my whole life growing up lifting weights, they always said like whenever you do squats, never let your knees go over your toes. And there's a guy called knees over toes guy,
yes,
and he's just obsessed with that. And like that thing, like it's the dumbest thing in the world, but he's so obsessed. He's always talking about where it's like now he makes insane amounts of money. And like I end up buying all these things for my gym so I can make my knees go over my toes. And like we're all like kids, like trying to like touch our knees into the swimming pool. And we're standing on the side because he did on some video. Like that's the thing, right? So it's like it's weaving in like your version of crazy into the tips that'll make it go beyond itself, right? Like in infinity years, I never would have cared about someone saying you should have your knees go over your toes when you squat. And now it's like a whole thing that my whole family participates in, right? You made it on Rogan to talk about it. Like that's the kind of thing. So it's like how do you add that flair into it that's you in your personality? Like that's really the key to making any of these things successful.
awesome, okay, thank you.
No
How's
worries.
Mark doing?
You're good. Look at this. I can almost straighten them out.
Nice, all
I
right,
got, I got some cool scars, so there you go.
all right.
Super cool. How long's the recovery on that, Russell?
Um, to get back to like where I was before, it's almost a year. So what happens is like the tendon rips off the bone, right? And so they reattach the tendon, and it says it takes about 4 months for the tendon to reharden. The
Wow.
muscles come back really fast, but that's the hardest part. So right now I'm in PT and rehab, strengthening the muscles while we're restrengthening this, and within 4 months this will harden, and then you can start lifting back. So I'm like 3 months in right now, and I curled 15 yesterday, so I'm at double digits. You can almost see definition, almost in a bicep, but the fact that there's one there is pretty exciting. So
That's wild. Are you gonna get like muscle atrophy from that?
for sure had it. Now it's like building back up. I mean, just having no muscles for, having been in things for 2 months. Yeah, my shoulders shrunk, like everything shrunk, and then now we're slowly building back up. But my goal is next March is the next wrestling tournament. So my goal is to be 100% back by next March so I can compete again. So
Is that the same tourney that you ripped him in?
yeah,
Oh,
I'm coming back for you.
yes, I love that. Well, thanks for the questions, Mark. Hey, let's roll over to Nancy. She has a question for us.
Hi. This is like such an awesome opportunity to ask you a question. Okay, so I am in a niche. I'm in the crafting niche, like handmade items and teaching people how to do stuff. And these are mostly hobbyists. The vast majority of them are hobbyists. And the ticket, like the average like ticket is so low. I mean, it's pennies. And so I really have to like do volume numbers, and it's just very, very exhausting. And so I remember hearing you talking about your potato gun. I feel like I'm in like your potato gun days. And so I want to like scale up to high ticket, but I just feel like it's so tough because like I already have like an established audience. I was telling Dante, like my email list is 85,000, but these are all like hobbyist crafters. So like I would have to like completely shift from scratch. So I would love your just advice, encouragement, like any, I would love to
Yeah.
move into like teaching business because I absolutely geek out on all the marketing stuff. I'm trying out boot camps for the first time. And so I would love to maybe start teaching people how to do that. And but I just would love to hear kind of just some advice on just completely switching to a different niche.
Yeah. So Rocky, the crafters right now, what kind of crafts do they do? Or like, what are you teaching them or selling them right now?
So there's a machine called a Cricut machine, which like cuts vinyl. And
Mhm.
so I don't know, you can kind of see it behind me on my messy
Yep.
desk over there.
I'm familiar with that. So yep.
Are you okay? And so I create designs every month. I have a monthly membership, but they're hobbyists, and so it's only $15 a month. So I have to like have a huge volume of people, and I just feel like I've been like watching Myron and Eileen talking about high ticket. And I'm just like, oh, I feel like it would just be like I would be like spinning my wheels way less because I feel like I'm just like in the grind constantly, like trying
Yeah.
to get high numbers for really low ticket.
Have you ever tried, I'm curious, like with your hobbyists, because you 85,000 people, have you ever sent an offer to them or tried something where um, you tell them about the fact you have a business doing this and then like, like,
See,
I don't know why you guys are doing this for a hobby. How many of you guys are interested in like learning, like, what if this could become your career? What if you can make money doing this? What if this became a blah, 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 right?
so it instantly goes to like they're when they think of business, they think of I'm gonna sell like a $10 stuffed animal on Facebook Marketplace. It's not my kind of business. Like it's not like online business, marketing, it's very like low tech, which is really not my thing. Like I don't like to sell, handmade stuff. Like I got out of that like years and years ago.
Yeah.
Um, Maybe those were my potato
Is there a
gun
different
days. I don't
business?
know.
So is there a business you can teach them though? Because like when I got into fun to teach people funnels, no one wanted a funnel. They all thought they wanted to sell stuff on eBay and Amazon. I was like, wait, there's other things way better. And they're like, what? And they freaked out and we built a movement, right? And I don't
Um,
know, maybe your people aren't, but if you were like, hey, I know a lot of you guys, some of you guys are making $5, $10 here and there doing this on Marketplace, but did you know there's the business model? Like, let me show you, let me explain it. And like,
yeah.
especially if you hate the business you're in right now, like you could just license that. Like, how many of you guys would like to license my entire platform where you can launch your own business and you can sell your designs to people too, and you can take my designs plus your designs, and like that becomes something that now you're putting someone in a business opportunity. In fact, speaking of business opportunity, we may or may not have yesterday launched a book with Dan Kennedy called Selling Opportunity. The whole point of the book is like take what you do and turn it into an opportunity because that's how you make the big bucks, right? So it's like you've got a thing that's working. How much money does your business make right now? Ish.
Well, it's gone down, so it's probably like 200,000 right now. But
Okay, a year?
yeah.
Okay, and imagine one of these hobbyists. You're like, I have a business that makes $200,000 a year. For $5,000, I will give you the entire business and you can run it and make whatever you want to make off it. Would do you know anyone who would give you 5,000 for something making 200,000?
So when you say I would license, like, what do you mean? Like I would duplicate my website and like my
Yeah, like
designs and basically give them the
yeah, sell them a pre-built membership site with all your designs in there with the copy, the sell, like whatever you got, like your entire business in a box. Of course, legally
That
you have to
is so wild. I knew you would come up with like that's so okay, I love it. I love
because
that
then
idea.
it's like you can go to the people that are existing list, right? And there's again 85,000, most of them aren't gonna want it, but you don't need a lot. Like there's gonna be a percentage who are like, wait a minute, I love your site. I have my own designs. Like if I had all your designs, like my own design, also like it's like inspiring for them. So you get a percentage who are like willing to do that. It's higher ticket though, so you can play in that game. Then you can also go to outside crafters, people who are, but like in the crafting market, like I don't know if you know Lauren Anderson. She's a two Comic Club winner. They do cookie camp, right? They're teaching people to make their own cookies.
Oh,
Like you could do
awesome.
it potentially. They could JV with her and like, hey, cookie camp people, you're making cookies. You could be doing this over here, and like because crafting people are
I'm gonna
crafting
be
people,
on your
right?
stage, by the way, one day, Russell. Just remember my face, my
Yeah,
pink glasses.
pink glasses. I won't forget. If you change the color glasses, though, there's no promises. When we get a Russell Sprouts t-shirt and the pink glasses.
Oh, I'm totally designing that. I'm gonna send it to you. Awesome. Well,
But I
thank
would
you
look at
so
that
much.
because that's one thing. And then I almost feel like it's a stepping ground because like if you wanted to eventually do different business stuff, that's cool. But like I almost feel like this is like a middle step
Stepping
between that where it's like
stone.
you're gonna biz off the thing you already have. And so like that gives you the ability to get more and more revenue. And then you can the next level of business is like, hey guys, I took a little craft business, I turned it into a multi-million dollar a year business. I went from like doing the thing making 200 grand a year and then teaching the thing making $1 million a year. Now I'm gonna teach you how to do that. Whatever passion you have, I can teach you to do the same thing, you know? And but I think that middle step, and this is an easy test. Like, don't do the hard work first. I would just like, I sent emails to my list tonight, like, hey guys, I can't sleep. I have a crazy idea. I'm gonna do a call tomorrow if you guys want to jump on there, and I'm gonna display like this may be stupid, but maybe the coolest thing. If any of you guys have ever like seen what I do and like, and you're interested like how you could turn this into business, jump on the call tomorrow. I'll tell you about it. And then next thing on a webinar, like, I don't know if I'm gonna do this or not, but I have an idea. How many of you guys would be interested in this? And like explain the whole thing. Like you probably know this, but this is how much money I make. It's kind of like don't keep it on the down low, but like it's 200 grand a year is pretty awesome. Like this is what I do, and I'm just doing this kind of thing. A lot of you guys, you have the tools. Like, would you be interested in this? If so, I'm thinking about doing a workshop, but only if enough people are interested. So if you're interested, put in a $100 deposit down. Go to mywebsite.com/$100. Have them put a deposit down, and then if I decide to do it, it's going to be it's going to be whatever, an extra 1,000 or 5,000, whatever you want to make it. If not, then I'll just refund your money. I just want to see if there's enough interest for me to even be willing to do it, and then just test it out. And if nobody does anything, like, never mind, that's a bad idea. Let's go do something different. But it's like you get 30 people who put in $100. It's like, that's worth your time to go build something and see what happens and have some fun, you know?
I love that. Thank you so much, Russell. That's
Yes.
awesome. Man, your brain is just like so good.
This is my favorite thing to do all day. So yes.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Everybody's
No worries.
clapping too. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Russell, if somebody's using ClickFunnels and they want to sell their business in a three-dimensional cube, how do they do it?
We may have a feature called frameworks, which makes it so simple and so easy. So what you do the framework is you build out your membership site, your funnels, your email sequences, your entire thing. And then back in the day, we did share funnels. You can share a funnel. Now you can share everything. You say, I want to create a framework where I share the membership site, these two funnels, these email sequences, and you just click buttons on all this if you want to do. And then it wraps into a little box. And then you can give someone a link. They click on the button. It imports the entire thing into their ClickFunnels account. And also you get paid affiliate commissions on their ClickFunnels account, so you get that. But the entire thing is imported in the account, and then you have the whole thing there, and then you can, yeah, it's just really
So if
simple.
I built it out in ClickFunnels, because I have like over 1,000 products, would it duplicate all the products and everything? And I could just sell the whole.
Whole kit and caboodle. Yes.
Wow, my gears are turning right now. That's genius. Genius.
If you haven't heard the quote before, Russell just nailed it earlier, but it's from Dean Graziosi. I made millions in real estate. I made hundreds of millions teaching real estate.
Wow. Yes.
So that's what your life can turn into, Nancy. Every month you're just coming up with the new 5 designs, the things that you like to do, right? Every month you send out 5 new designs. Here's the email copy for everybody, rocking and rolling.
And then you can start teaching in the marketing. Like, how do you get
I
this
already do that now
deal?
for pennies.
Yeah, exactly. And now think how much fun that is, because then you get to apply it. You get to like teach the ones who raise their hand, who want to come over here, you can teach them the business principles. Like, hey, here's how you post on Instagram. Here's how you do Pinterest. Here's how like you teach them stuff you're doing. And then it gets into all the fun stuff where you get to teach the business side of stuff, which sounds like you're really passionate about.
Russell, what would like a total vanity metric, but what would a metric be you're looking for? If you had a list of 85,000 people who had been doing the thing with you, they knew who you were as like the business owner, what would you really just 30? Is that what you'd be looking for? Something around there?
It's a good question. I mean, a lot of it is 85,000 people aren't all going to see it at one time. You know what I mean? So it's like, I would position, like, we're doing a beta. This is going to be $5,000 in the future. I'm doing this first one for 1,000 or 2,500 or whatever makes sense, right? And I wouldn't even try to get tons. I'd try to just get a handful of them the first time, you know? And so, and then what happens is you do the experience, you get the case studies, and you go back. So like, for example, behind the scenes, nobody will see this unless you get a package in the mail from me, but we've been doing the Selling Online event for the last 8 months. We spend $1 million a month in advertising on it, and it's really cool. So I have a segment of my audience who are people who aren't trying to learn how to do webinar. They're trying to like, they've got a webinar that's working. They want to go to the next level. So I'm sending a direct mail piece to them. Basically like, hey, I'm doing a 2-day event. It's $25,000. It's a one-time only. and I'm going to teach how to build a 3-day event, right? And so I got 60 seats for that. So I'm sending out just enough. I'll send some direct mail, a couple emails, some text messages, so I get 60 seats sold, and then I'll stop, and then we're going to go record the whole thing, build it all out, and eventually we'll build like a back end coaching for that. And then from there, then I'll re-promote it, and then we'll grow and scale it over time. So it's not you're trying to get like everybody possible. It's just like pick a number in your head. Like I could do this with 10 people or maybe 5, or pick whatever that number is that makes sense, and then just do enough marketing to get those amount of people in, and then just know that like after you do it and you build a case study, the next month you can go back to 85,000 and you probably get the same 10 again, but now at a higher price point, and we'll keep growing from there. So it's not like a one and done, like, I did it and the 8 people bought and there's nobody else left. It's like, no, people are just in different seasons. Some people aren't opening things. There's just, some people need more social proof, and you got 10 people did it. They got social proof that makes it easier the next time. And so you just kind of organically builds and grows over the time. So I would reverse engineer from like, what do you think you could do that would create a really good experience? Like I almost have like, if you want 10 people to come to your house where you're going to spend 3 days with them, show them the business, explain things, build the funnel for them, get all the, like make a fun experience like that where they're coming to you, and then that becomes the first one. That's how Garrett White, by the way, launched Warrior Week. He invited 10 people to come to California, and he beat them up on the beach and filmed it. And next week did 10 people, and he did 10 people every month for, I think it was 5 years before he ever did a bigger event than that. But it was just every month. And so people would see the case studies the month before, and then they want to come. They kept coming, and then built it into what became Warrior over time.
I love it.
That was cool.
Yes, I know. Seeing Russell in action live. That's amazing.
Absolutely. Thanks for bringing the question up, Nancy.
Thank
Do you
you
have
so
any more
much.
before we let you go?
No, that's it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Excited to see you go work on that. All right, let's roll over. John threw the hand up. How can we help, John?
Oh, let me turn my. There we go.
We got
There we
you.
go.
What's up,
We
man?
got
Good to
you.
see you again.
What's going on? So my question's kind of like so I've been building funnels for people, and one thing I've noticed is when we get to the point of where I build the funnels, a lot of times they haven't been ready for the funnel, so they haven't gotten like clear on their offer, and they don't know like who they serve, things like that. So I've found myself working through the process with them a lot on that, and so what I've done is I just kind of created my own unique process and unique mechanism to get them to the point where like they're ready for the funnel, they build the funnel, and then move on. And so now I want to kind of start creating an offer around that. And so I built, my foundational framework, and I started creating like a lead magnet. It was just like a custom GPT that walks people through the framework, and then it goes from that to an offer to join my community, where I'm going to put together like a mini course or something like that to teach the framework or show them how to use the GPT to teach the framework. And then my plan was to get some results, because I haven't tested the framework out and gotten any results yet. So I figured I'd work on that, get some people in, get some results, and then that would end up leading to like a more of a mid-ticket type offer, where it's more of a coaching program based on the same framework, just getting them through the process and then get a higher result. So my question is mainly on that mid-ticket item. Should I, once I get results with the free course, should I change that to like a mid-ticket or like a low-ticket course, or just keep it as a free program?
Because the free program, wait, the free's not the GPT, is it?
No, the free is the lead magnet, which is the GBT. So it's just a custom GBT that I created, and I put together a lead magnet funnel on that, or just an opt-in funnel. So they just opt in for that, and then it sends them the lead magnet, and then on the step 2, it says like, hey, join the community for a free course. And then right now I'm working on recording that course, but my thoughts is when that's good and running, should I add that to the funnel, and now that's more of like a kind of a way to wash out some of the money that I'll spend on like ads if I want to start running ads to that funnel.
Is the end goal of this to get people to hire you to build funnels, or the end goal to sell the course so they can do it on their own?
So they can do it on their own. Yeah. And then
Okay.
I want to build like a coaching aspect to it. So like once a week I'll jump on and kind of walk them through, and it's more like I do it with you instead of a done for you. So I figured I've kind of gotten to the point where it's like I've realized like I can only scale so far with doing one-to-one,
Yeah.
So I wanted to create like another option where like a one-to-many where I can just get on and do it with you instead of so much
Yeah.
doing for you.
Cool. It's hard to answer that for sure until you get into it, but I mean, software is one of the best lead magnets ever, right? And so if you're getting some opt-in for software that's free, then thank you page, boom, you're pitching the course. You know what I mean? Like, I mean that model works good, and I wouldn't know until we test it. It's like let's buy some paid ads and see if we can get the numbers to work. If it's not working, um, you know, my guess is it's going to be less of um, like and maybe it's just because we just got on the Funnel Fridays call and we were showing this, but like it'd be more similar like if you go to salesfunnels.com where
Mhm.
we have a webinar and then we give away a free book. Like I almost do like a webinar, we're giving away the free software because then it's like then you're getting more time with them in seat to be able to pitch the course, you know what I mean? Versus just opt into a VSL. So I'd probably change the process before I was like I'd be bundling the software into the thing, you know what I mean? Because I do think it's a good lead magnet. I think it's unique, it's interesting. But if it's like, hey, I'm going to give you this custom GPT that does blah, 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 plus you jump a live stream, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to use it and implement it. And then you got the 90 minutes now to do a webinar to then close them on the course. You know what I mean? It's like,
Okay.
that's probably I'd probably structure it that way out of the gate. 'Cause I think in my mind, it'd be easier to get them to buy the thing when you have more time and seat with them. And now there's a reason why they're getting on the webinar. It's like, oh, I got this cool thing. I don't know how to use it though. Cool. Jump on the webinar. I'm going to show you exactly how to use it. And then I'm going to sell you something at the end, you know?
Okay. So instead of doing like a mini course, just do a webinar, teaching them through some of the stuff on the GPT, and then at the end just go straight to a mid-ticket item instead of
Yep.
worrying about the low ticket.
Yeah, that's how I do it for sure. And then I would just use this script called the perfect webinar to do the webinar. That's
Where
probably
do I
what
find that?
I do.
I
Yeah.
really like the essence of this question, though, Russell. I hear this a lot. I'd love to know what you think. Somebody like John works really hard, comes up with a fantastic lead magnet, multifaceted, a GPT, a community of like-minded, a course to help you do the thing bigger, better, faster, stronger. And now we put it all together, we tweak it, the funnel's rocking, it's bringing leads in like crazy. It's helping people do the thing. Do I take that lead magnet and turn it into a paid product? Or do I keep the lead magnet rolling, bringing people into my world? What would you think? Especially in 2025, not 2018, 2025.
I mean, for me, be like, I would, I would test it, and then if the numbers aren't working, I would change it. If the numbers are working, like I wouldn't touch it at all. It's like this is working, cool, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. But if it's like, man, this is not working, um, but yeah, I mean, that's the hard thing. I'm not Nostradamus as much as I like to be. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. So I like to let the market vote with their credit cards, and then based on that is how I make my adjustments. You know what I mean? So I think, but again, for me, it's always leading with the best model. I think the best model, again, if you go to salesfunnels.com and look how we structured that, where I have funnel audibles, replace that with your custom GPT, and like that would be the structure. And then even if you watch the webinar, like how we weaved in the lead magnet. It's what gets people to register. It's what gets people to show up. It's what gets people to stay till after the pitch. And it's very strategic, all the different pieces. Like I would model that and weave it all into there, and then that'd be my first test. And if it didn't work, then I'd be like, okay, something didn't work. Or we're doing a Anthony Morrison's out this whole week. You know that Dante's here at the office. We're filming all sorts of stuff, and the reason why is because we have a front end funnel that's doing good, but still losing money on the front end. And so what we built, we filmed 2 events this week. It's been kind of a nightmare, but amazing. So they go through the first funnel, and we're getting back 30% of the money back from ads. So we're losing 70%, right? And so then what we're doing is we're going from a webinar funnel, then we're moving them into a 3-day free challenge funnel, which is 3-day free challenge, which pitches a $5,000 thing, which is hopefully gonna get more and more of our money back. And then from there, we pitch them into a 3-day like live event, which is a $40 live event, which then we pitch the 5,000. So like we're stringing together 3 funnels, hoping that somewhere between funnel 1 and funnel 3, we break even and we start finally making money. And so a lot of times it's like those kind of things of looking back through. In fact, it's funny right now. We're working on 4 webinars for 4 like Offer Lab, Secret Six, like a webinar for each of our brands. And what's cool is the webinar though is we're doing this like this is the front end webinar, and then we're building a 3-day challenge right afterwards into a live event right after. So like I'm not even thinking about it as a webinar funnel anymore. I'm thinking about like these are the 3 funnels we got to stack to be able to liquidate ad costs as quick as possible. So it's coming back to funnel stacking. I've always talked about with people, but like we're leading with that now, so more so because just it's harder to break even on the ads. And so for me, it's like extending the funnel is probably better. a lot of times then just bundling, that'd probably where I'd be looking at to increase our average order values through multiple funnels. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. I got another just add on if it's okay.
Yeah.
So if I don't have any results yet from the framework that I just created, do you recommend, like, do I just test it out on some people, get some testimonials, or just kind of just run with it and then just start uh creating like the mid-ticket, the webinar around it, not
Yeah.
knowing that, like, hey, I don't actually have results yet, so how do I speak on that?
Yeah, if it was me, I'd go get results. I'd go this weekend, go grab 3 people who in your community or people you've done work with in the past, and be like, "Hey, I'm testing them out. Can I test on you guys? Come on, come, whatever that might be." And
Yeah.
just because it always makes the webinar solider, makes the framework better. For me, I learn about my frameworks by implementing them on other people, and I'm like, "Oh, this is not working." Like you see the gaps, which is way better to get the gaps, find the gaps up front than selling the course. People aren't having success, and they're trying to find the gaps and fix them later. And that can be a fast process though. Like,
Yeah.
um, I'm not sure exactly what your framework looks like, but like I hired McCall Jones and her husband there. They flew out to Boise, and we're basically writing 4 webinars, one each day we're doing with them. And so they have a similar framework, going through figuring out the audience, the customer, the angle, like all the stuff before we ever write the webinar. So I'm doing the process with them. It's 4 hours per webinar. So it's pretty intensive, but we're leaving with everything, right? So like if you did that with a couple of people taken through your framework, then you get the case studies, the testimonials, all those kind of things at the same time.
Yeah, now it makes sense. I'll jump on a Zoom with some people and start walking them through it and see
Blow their
what I get.
minds.
Cool.
Yes.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Great to see you again.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the questions, John. It was awesome. All right, gang, we still do have a couple minutes. I can give Russell a little bit of his time back, or we can ask another question. So just final call here. If anybody has any questions, all you need to do is raise your hand. At the bottom of Zoom is a little heart that says react. Click the heart, pop-up shows up. Click the button that says raise hand. And another soft little push. Gang, please don't play the comparison game. My question's not important. My question doesn't meet Russell and where he's at right now. Russell's here because he wants to be, because he wants to help you level up and get to the next stage. So any final questions, please do just raise your hand.
Real quick, Scott Winter asked a question in the chat, which is there going to be any public events for funnel hackers? Oh, you guys, we have something. I think we're announcing this on Monday, but since we're here, can I tell you guys something even cooler that's happening? I'm probably gonna get in trouble for this. So check this out. So we built a platform called ClickFunnels Connect. And right now we've got like 40 people who are putting in their events right now. So there's an event happening in Salt Lake, June 27th. There's one in Virginia. Anyway, you can see like on the map like where they're happening. But there's local events, meetups happening all over the country, around the world. Actually, there's one happening in Spain, I think. There's anyway. So these are little mini funnel hacking lives. There's one in Mexico. There's one in Barcelona. So yeah, North Carolina. Anyway, so these are little mini funnel hacking live events that people are going to be running in the local area. So we're just kicking this off right now. Our goal is to continue to grow this, make it bigger and bigger. But if you want to see if there's an event close to you, or if you like to potentially host an event where you can run a little mini funnel hacking live in your area, you can go there as well. So clickfunnelsconnect.com, and that's something we're going to be promoting here very, very soon. But yeah, it's kind of a fun test we're doing. Hopefully it doesn't backfire. But I think it's going to be amazing. So.
Yeah, as long as nobody does anything crazy, I think it's going to be fantastic. I'm really excited. We're actually doing one in Jasper as well on the 28th of this month, I believe. And I think, sorry, gang, I think we're already full. I put up a post and it was like that. So these Connect events, they're going to be incredible. I'm super excited for them.
Yeah. Very cool.
Cool. Doug, I saw that hand fly up. Do you have a final question for us, and Scott as well?
I just wanted to thank Russell for what you've done for the community and how dedicated you are to everyone. And I saw you in Vegas in February, so it was my first funnel hacking live, and I got in on the final one. So that was pretty awesome. So I just wanted to thank you for that. And I guess you kind of answered my question on the ClickFunnels Connect. I'm going to be attending the one in Jasper here at the end of the month. And so is this in terms of 2 Comma Club awards and those awards that we have, how are those going to be given out then to ClickFunnels event Connect events, and how's that going to know so I can figure out how to plan for that?
Oh, I've got a plan for that. We're gonna be doing.
Of course.
We have a new type of event for the Two Column Club Awards that will be happening. We'll be doing some in August and some in September. So I'll be notifying Two Column Club winners very soon how that works and how to participate. And that's all I can tell you now, but it's going to be amazing.
Okay, I didn't want you to have to play your hand before, but I was curious about that, and I don't know if I'll be quite ready to collect mine in August or September, but I'll keep it on my radar, man.
Yes, you will, Doug.
Might as well get it.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Russell.
we definitely have a plan to facilitate the awards, and we have some cool things for award winners. I think is gonna blow everyone's mind. So I'm really excited for that. So yes, coming soon. Coming soon to a funnel near you.
Man, I'm excited. I don't even know about the whole new award thing. Now I'm on the edge of my seat, literally. Scott, how can we help, my friend?
Thanks very much. Always a pleasure listening to you, Russell. You're really inspirational for all of us. And Dante is just the bomb. I mean, I tune in regularly to Dante, and I'm always picking up something new every single day. So please keep him on this because it's like super helpful having him out there.
All right, we won't let him go. We'll keep
Thanks
him.
a lot, Scott. I'll have your check in the mail right now.
The other question is relative to the ClickFunnels Connect. I'm in the New York City area, and I mentioned this to Dante. If there is not a group in your area, will there be instructions in the ClickFunnels Connect on how to launch a group or get a group started in your area?
Yes, when people sign up to be a host, Danny has a whole training program he walks people through to kind of prepare them and get them ready for it. So yes, there is.
Awesome. Great stuff, Scott. All right, Russell, I think we have rolled through all the questions so far. So
Cool.
look at that. A nice Friday.
All right. I appreciate it, guys. We got a busy day today, so a lot of fun stuff happening. But thanks you guys for being here, being part of this. And I hope you guys are enjoying the training and hanging out with Dante all the time. And you know, I'm gonna come back to what I tell everybody all the time, which is why you guys are here. Is you're literally one funnel away. And I can't tell you how true that actually is. Like in all my businesses, all the things we're doing, like I'm searching, I'm looking for the funnel that's going to change that business every single time, right? And so you guys are on the right path, the right track. It's just iterating, trying until you figure out the one. And then like one of my mentors said, he's like, one idea properly exploited is worth more than 10 lifetimes of hard work. Like after you get one that works, it's something that can change your life faster than anything else in the world. We had Trey at the office this week as well. And those of you who follow Trey's stuff, like it's crazy. Like he was trying funnel after funnel after funnel and one funnel hit. And I don't want to share numbers, but it was insane. Like he made more money in 60 days than most people make in 100 lifetimes. And it's that dedication to like, I'm doing this, I'm trying this, I'm testing them this one and keep putting them out. And eventually you'll figure out how to position it right, how to structure, how to create the right offer. And like, it's just coming back and just focusing on like, I'm one funnel away. Which one is this? Is this one? And when you get it, then boom, overnight, things can change for you. So stick with it. It works. I promise you guys, I've seen it so many times and I can't wait to see it work for you guys as well. So, and thank you, Dante, for all your work, man. I'm grateful for you.
Grateful for you, Russell, and your leadership and your guidance in this endeavor for everybody. It's amazing. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Okay. We'll see you guys all in the next one.
That sounds great. Next Friday.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Have an amazing one, Russell.
Dude, bye.
All right, gang. Blessed, right? Blessed. That was awesome. Such great concepts, great questions from everybody today as well. Kind of fell out of the webinar mold, if you will, but really great questions, intuitive questions. Nancy and John, great questions that everybody either currently has or is very soon going to have. So I really appreciate you guys having the courage to step up. I know it can be intimidating sometimes, but you guys did amazing. So really proud of you. It's been an amazing week here in OFA, sales happening, leads being acquired, and you guys doing the thing, sticking true to your dedications and your decisions. You know, I talk a lot about sandcastles, and when we come into this world of entrepreneurialism, we need to have we don't make choices, we make decisions. This is something Myron Golden talked about. If you haven't heard me say this, Myron talked about this years ago at one of the first FHLs I ever went to. And Myron gets up on stage and he's doing a great speech, as he always does. And he starts to say a sentence and he says, do you ever find yourself not trusting yourself? Ooh, got me right in the soul. And he goes on to say, if you find yourself not trusting yourself, it's because you're making choices and not decisions. Ooh, got me again. in this world of entrepreneurialism, it's so important that we make decisions and not choices. A choice is like a house built on sand. A house built on sand, it is going to be battered by the wind and the rain and the seas and the storms, and that house is going to crumble very quickly with not much resistance. But a house built on bedrock, a decision made and stuck to, that is foundational, that is fundamental, that can take the waves and the wind and the weather and the beating. And that is what we need to do here today. And you guys have done it, and you guys have exemplified it. So I'm just really proud of you for doing the thing. I hope you feel the exact same. Make sure to take some time this weekend. Go celebrate with somebody. You've all had wins here. As we love to say, small hinges swing big doors. And all of you have had big doors swung this week. All of you have had wins. So make sure to take some time this weekend. Maybe go like Tom, who made his first sale this week. Pop a bottle of champagne, share it with somebody that you care about. Or maybe just somebody that cares about you and knows how to celebrate you and not try and make you feel bad about the victories that you're having in life. And also, just make sure to take some time. You've all worked really hard this week. You've been grinding. So make sure to take some time to pour back into yourself. Business is just a reflection of self. That's all it is. It's the truest, clearest, largest mirror you will ever look at yourself through. Your person is unbelievably important. So make sure to take some time this weekend and fill your cup back up. Go on a hike through the woods, go fishing, go outdoors, go see your grandma. Go buy a $1,000 car and enter it in a demolition derby. I don't know what fills you up. I don't care what fills you up. You do whatever fills you up and fills your cup so we can hit the next week rocking and rolling, ready to do big things, keep the momentum moving. Super proud of you guys. Hope you feel the same. I'll close it down for now. Looking forward to seeing you all next Monday.